Are we ready? I think so. There we go. 20 people in the chat. 20 people in the chat. Where is my intro? Guys, it is important. Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. It's been a while. I see chat is alive, so it's good. That's very good. That's nice to see. Bitcoin is at 117.999999. So, 118k. We're having a good time. It is summer. There was a full moon yesterday, maybe even today as well. But this live stream is the most important live stream of all the streams you're gonna see today, tomorrow, in the next week, or the previous week. This one is the most important. Hope everybody is doing well. I just came back from vacation. I was on vacation 1 month in China. I came back from China today. Yesterday. Hope you're doing well. How's everybody doing? Of course, we're gonna start with Bubbly Fat, number 1. Boom, in the chat. Ravo, how you doing, man? What's up? Damien is in the chat. Yo! Time to concentrate. Has a cup and handle long-term Bitcoin played out yet? Cup and handle on Bitcoin? There is no cup. It's a parabolic move towards the upside. I don't know if you know who Kevin Svensson is. The guy on YouTube doing analysis. He thinks it's a parabolic move towards the upside. I think it's expanding, expanding wedge. We're gonna talk about that, regardless, both his and my target is exactly the same. Bye-bye, Jermo Paul. Just some another dude is gonna come in and be like, you know what, I think, crypto has had enough stuff and we need to chill down for a little bit, and then you get the bear market for the next 2 years after 2025. Edward, long time no see. How you doing, man? Thailand Chip, hi. How you doing? Nice to see you here. Long time no see. It's been a while, but we're back. ICP up 6%. We'll release Caffeine AI. Caffeine AI. When you see stuff like this, Caffeine AI, it's bull market, guys. It's bull market, right? Everyone ordered a large burek. Alt season. Alt sun has arrived. Cool. Dusty, what's up? When Mladen, remember to like everybody. Yeah, we're waiting for Mladen. When Mladen comes back in the chat, you know what that means. Game on, yeah. Sola Claudius in the chat. How you doing, man? Nice to have you here. Nilio, no alt season, only losses. Guys, I think so that alt season might just be in the room with us right now. I don't know if you know, but I think that alt season might be in the room with us right now. Chamali, good to see you, boss. Good to see you as well, man. VLC, I don't know what it is, but VLC to you back. Evening till at Bubbly Fat. There was a cup around 6 months ago. 6 months ago, this cup and handle, maybe it's already played out. I mean, this cup and handle, if you put like this, sorry, too many lines. If you put something like this over here, you could say that this over here is cup and handle, and then, cupped up there, and, whatever that is, break up, and then target this up here somewhere, right? If it's a cup and handle, if you consider this over here cup and handle, right? Then the target is from the bottom over here towards the stop, or over here, and that's the target right now. So we are hitting the target right now. If you're talking about cup and handle, that's the target for cup and handle, around 120k. But I think it's gonna go a little bit higher than that. That said, 2 people here from Barcelona. That's nice. We got Barcelona is in the room. Maybe alt season is not in the room, but Barcelona is in the room. Been logging XRP at 195, 56k leverage. Crazy leverage, making some mega bonga. I'm absolutely drunk as fart in Dubai. So we got Dubai in the chat. We got Barcelona. That's all good, man. Are your balls as blue as mine? I think so, man. I think so. It's gonna be a nice day. Anyways, guys, like we said, it is important live stream. I will make a trailer today earlier for this live stream because I want you in the chat. I want you to understand this because it is very, very important. It is very, very important. So where are we gonna start? We're gonna start Bitcoin and everything. Let's go a little bit back over here, get my lines back. There we go. We got some lines over here. Let me just clean up. I got like 6 different Bitcoin charts, but let's clean up these charts over here. So this is the most important part over here. This is the expanding musical instrument that we'll be talking about, and it is playing out. Maybe you should go a little bit lower down here, give or take something like this, and this goes over here, give or take. This more or less the expanding musical instrument we'll be talking about, and like we said before, there's two ways this can play out. Oftentimes when you got some kind of expanding musical instrument, you go over here towards top, then you try to go over here, then you fail that, you do something like this, and then you go towards downside. Another way an expanding musical instrument can play out, is you do something like this, and then you go over here, you don't just touch over here this part, you explode above the part, and then you fail back below the chart. So these are two ways that I'm going to see any kind of expanding musical instrument towards upside playing out. Now, expanding musical instrument can also be indication of a lot of bullishness. So when you see something like this on a small time frames, you know, you get this expanding musical instrument, and then it breaks towards upside and continues pumping up here. This is actually a very, very strong signal that there is a whole bunch of bullishness in the market, and that's gonna go. I do not believe that we're gonna see, I do not believe that this is gonna break up here and just go, you know, to 300k, you know, 500,000, whatever. I don't think that's the case. I think the most reasonable assumption we can have right now when it comes to how high Bitcoin is gonna go, or where it's gonna go, is towards the top over here, break up here, and then somewhere over here inside the box over here, it's gonna fail to go higher, and then come back inside the expanding musical instrument. Now, when it does that, it's pretty much over, right? But it's gonna be pretty much over up here at the top. Oftentimes, people fail to see this top over here because they think we broken up, and then they're expecting break up towards upside and continuation. So there will be distribution above the channel, at least the way I see it. There will be distribution over here above the channel that's gonna last for a little while, and while this distribution is lasting, I think altcoin season is gonna pump like really big time. So I'm expecting technically I'm expecting, you know, the big alt season and the 50% moves above the channel. So when we see Bitcoin going above, you know, 130, 140k over here, I think it's gonna start going inside some kind of consolidation, and then it's pretty much towards the downside. Another interesting theory on how this can actually play out when we get the consolidation is we get a big wick towards upside, a big move towards upside, and then straight back down again. Because oftentimes when you have some kind of consolidation part over here, you got what we call bull traps, right? You break the resistance, you try to go higher, and then big fast move towards downside to pick up any longs over here, right? You pick up longs on the bull trap, and then you dump towards the downside. So how is this gonna play out over here? Not quite sure, but my theory, since we didn't dump over here towards downside over here, since we are right now breaking the resistance level over here and we are going towards upside, this actually looks very bullish. My theory is we're gonna come to the line over here. We are not gonna just stop the line and just go down here again and continue doing this move over here. I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think this bullishness up here is gonna explode above the line. We're gonna have some kind of consolidation over here, and this consolidation is gonna pop down. The only thing that I'm a little bit unsure about is the last part over here, where we're gonna get a big move towards upside, which might be the case because of the parabolic move towards upside and then straight back down, or we just gonna consolidate over here and then just go back down into the channel. Once it's back down the channel, it's pretty much confirmed it's over, and then it goes down over here, then it goes over here, then you dump over here towards downside. Over here down is the next bear market, right? It's pretty much over. Bitcoin is going back down to 10k, everybody's gonna be saying, and then you start new cycle again after that. But we are not quite there just yet. Right now we are just doing this move towards upside. Let me show you another chart over here that's actually very nice. Not this one. Let me just, I don't know where. This is the parabolic move towards upside. Yeah, this is the chart. So we're gonna talk about this over here a little bit. So as you see over here, expanding musical instrument, but this part over here is actually a bull flag. Bull flag right now is going towards upside. Now target on the bull flag, we're gonna go to the daily, hourly time frame over here so you can see this a little bit better. This bull flag up here right now is playing out very nicely, and then right now you can see the target is around 130, 140k, give or take, up here towards upside, because, you know, start of the flag over here, it is, you know, perfect flag, and right now perfect flag is over here. The target is giving us target around 135, 140k. That's gonna get us to the top of the channel. And once we are at the top channel, I think there might come some kind of consolidation, but my theory is, again, most likely move after we come to the back, after the bull flag plays out, most likely move is breaking above that, consolidating over here, and then down towards downside again. So that's what I'm looking for over here, which is actually very important. But this bull flag up here is very nice. Vanalesva, how you doing? Nice to have you here. 135k top. Yeah, so that's what people are thinking, like 135k up here. But I think, again, I think that you will see a week over here move consolidation. There will be consolidation at the top, guys. Regardless of how it plays out, there will be consolidation at the top. And the reason for that is people have to sell. So that once the euphoria kicks in, all season goes crazy, everybody starts buying. You have to have this kind of move at the top. There's two ways how this can actually play out. You can have a consolidation that goes sideways over here. You can have a consolidation that goes towards upside and then down, or a consolidation that goes towards downside like a bull flag and drops down. I don't think we're gonna see any more like these downtrending move. The most likely consolidation over here is either perfectly sideways, but most likely is the one that goes towards upside. And this one that goes towards upside, we might see if it goes towards upside, which is very, very likely, because this move went down, this move goes towards upside, and the last move goes over here towards upside. But it's a very quick move, and there is no consolidation up here at the top. It just goes up and right back down again towards downside over here. So I think most likely move over here once we get to this part up here is some kind of consolidation towards upside, exhaustion pattern, distribution happening, and after the distribution, of course, we go towards downside eventually. That's gonna be around, you know, this looks like this over here is October, but you know, October, November, December up here, whenever we are looking to go to down. And this goes very nicely again with the 4-year cycle. I thought that maybe 4-year cycle is not gonna play out this time. It looks like it's doing the same thing over and over again, so you know, there is that. Did I read all season? Yes, Theo, you did. How you doing, well? Larynge, been a while, but we're doing well. We're holding, you know, very good. What else I see in the chat? So I think that's the most important part over here when it comes to Bitcoin, is that the bull flag right now is happening. We are going towards upside, going to the resistance level. I think this move up here is not going to stop until we get to something like 130 and 140k. Only over here, when we get to the, maybe, you know, maybe we might see over here some kind of, you know, consolidation over here below the resistance level, then break it up here, try to go higher, and then move back towards downside over here. How is that going to actually play out? Not quite sure, but that's the move. Let me show you something else over here. I'm not going to go to the video, but I did post the image, if I can find it anywhere. Where did I post that? Oh my god. Let me see over here, see if you can find it. Images, photos. I swear I did post it today, but it doesn't seem that I can look at it. Doesn't matter. Let's go over here and go to, by the way, Fear and Greed Index maximum. Right now it's at last 3 months. Right now it's around 70. So we are pretty much, you know, happy over here right now. But I think it's gonna hit these, you know, 80, 90, 100 levels up here towards top before we get some kind of top. You can see up here we are, you know, we are mega bearish down here in March. Right now we are up here. I would say this, anything below, anything between, you know, 40 and 70, 80 up here is just normal territory. But only when you get above 80 up here, only when you get above 80, these stops over here and over here and over here. Only when you get above 80, 80, 90 up here that you get, you know, this big euphoria, and we become very, very happy. Right now, Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 71. We've been at greed for a long time, but you know, we are not yet at you know, extreme greed. So you know, there is more room to go towards upside. Recommend two alt for us, or which you are holding. My altcoins are down big time. I have a soft spot for Crow. Crow has that very nice credit card, right? So there is that. But YouTube, what's called? Kevin Svensson. This guy, Kevin Svensson, right? He did talk about today.
Bitcoin is now trading.
Yeah, so can I just do it like this over here? You can see the chart regardless, right? So this is the parabolic move that he's talking about. You can see how nicely it is following up here. And right now we're getting this last blow off top up here towards upside. Now, if it is parabolic move towards upside up here, this can actually go very, very high up here towards upside, this last part. And it's gonna go very, very fast as well. So if you see at my chart over here, let me find a clean chart. Let's go also do weekly time frame so you can see this better. And we're gonna do it like like curve over here. We're gonna put up here. Where is this November up here? Over here, we're gonna start up here at the bottom, and we're gonna say just December up here. Sometimes, you know, that's the move. And you can see up here that it is kind of following this curve, and Kevin Svensson has been talking about that this is parabolic move towards the upside for a very, very long time. But my theory is that this is not parabolic move, it's expanding musical instrument. Regardless, it is following parabolic move right now, over here breaking the resistance level up here, and right now it is going for this you know, last part. Now over here is the 40 level, right? This is the 40 level, the target where we are looking for this top line over here, right? So we're looking for right now for this move to come to that line over here. Can it go above that? I mean, it can go to 50, 60 up here, but you know, this is pretty much top because it goes very, very steep towards upside up here, towards down. Now, where are we gonna get this last part over here, where you know, shoot up to 200 or something like that? It can happen, not saying that, but I think the realistic target is somewhere about, you know, between 135 up here, 135, and all the way up here to 150, 160 up here. This is a realistic target up here for this move. If it goes above that, everything is, you know, bonus or anything, but at one point you will get consolidation, right? You will get consolidation, and I don't think this consolidation is gonna be very, very long. So if you look at this chart over here, for example, this consolidation was very, very long. A very, very long consolidation. This over here consolidation was very, very small, and then we pushed back. So I'm not considering this part as consolidation. This is consolidation. We just went down into the fear and came right back up here again. This over here is consolidation before the next move, and it's going to continue towards the upside of here. But you can see that, you know, consolidations are becoming smaller and smaller. Now this can, of course, you know, continue up here if you believe that it's going to go to 200k or something like that. But if it's going to follow the parabolic move towards the upside up here, I would say that, you know, realistic move up here, I don't think it's gonna go over here December, because then you go into, you know, January, August and stuff like that right over here, because over here this line, this is you know, December up here, give or take, right? This is January, right? So maybe it gets prolonged, maybe goes a little bit steeper up here towards upside, who knows, right? But I don't think we're gonna get this you know, move towards upside and then continue up here into the next year, June, July and stuff like that. It's gonna happen fast up here, and you know, eventually I think it's gonna fall towards the downside, right? There's gonna be some kind of parabolic move over here. It's gonna be pretty obvious. It's gonna break the line and it's gonna go towards the upside. Now we did have something. So this part over here was actually very, very important, because it gave us something very, very important. That's this line over here, and this line is, consider this the magical line when you know the trend is actually broken, right? So regardless of how this actually goes, it might actually do something like this, but you know, this line is gonna be very, very magical line, and when this line is all broken, it's pretty much over, right? You do not want to break this line right now when you're pumping up here towards the upside. I mean, you want to follow the trend, and when this trend over here gets broken, it's pretty much over. So if you look at the expanding musical instrument up here, give or take, something like this over here, you'll see right now we are coming into that triangle over here towards top, right? We're coming to the triangle, go up here to, you know, 130, 40, might have consolidation here before we try to break up towards upside, but this is pretty much it up here. It goes towards December up here, give or take. You can see this very, very nice line. It actually breaks up here around November, December over here towards top, but when this line is broken, it's pretty much game over. But you can also notice that it's game over if it breaks above the line over here towards the upside and then comes back. It doesn't even have to break the trend over here. If it comes back, it's pretty much over, because eventually that's sign of weakness. It will break this line eventually and goes towards the downside, right? We are not gonna wait until this line to say it's over. We need to say it's over when we are at the top. You know, we are not quite yet there, but you know, that's what we are looking for when it comes to Bitcoin. Correction in August, September, top in November. But we get the super moons. We get super moons in October. Yeah, September, October, November. That's super moons. We don't have time. If the 4-year cycle is gonna play out, we don't have time for any more corrections, because you know, time is running out, and we only got till you know, to December for a 4-year cycle to play out, right? So over here is 21 up here top, right? First 21 top and 25 top up here, right? So November 21, November 25, that's 4-year cycle, right? So entire this move over here, it's a 4-year cycle. Same goes over here. This is 21 minus 4 years, 17 up here, right? 17. This over here is also 4-year cycle. So 4-year cycle, 4-year cycle. We don't have time. We don't have time, guys. We don't have time. And you know, we've been pushing this for a very, very long time, and all this consolidation has been taking for a very. If you consider consolidations and why it's been so boring for so long, is because entire part up here from since November last year, I mean more than 6 months we've been consolidating. This over here is mega fear, right? So we've been consolidating for more than 6 months, and right now we're going to the same over here. Like it's just been very, very boring. And look how fast we pump. I mean, these pumps, like nobody noticed these pumps because they go so fast, right? You consolidate for a very, very long time, you go up and, you know, have a big fast pump. So this big fast pump will gonna happen, right? And I think once this next pump happens, there will again be consolidation. I don't think it's gonna be 6 months, but if you get to the top around September, October, you still got October, November, you still got like 3 months consolidation before it can actually go towards the downside. Now during this consolidation is when altcoins pump the most. Why is that so? Because when Bitcoin is at 150, 160k, it's above a resistance level. It has a lot of potential to create a lot of euphoria, a lot of bullishness in the market, right? And when that bullishness hit in and mainstream notices Bitcoin is 150, 160k, then altcoins pop. And then during this consolidation part at the top, that's when we're having the alt season, right? So maybe the altcoin season is not in the room with us just right yet, but I'm telling you right now that once this actually happens, it's gonna be so much in the room with us. Like that. Let's say my teacup played out and now we are in musical instrument. Consolidation, altcoin, boom. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think so. I mean, where was your teacup? Where was your what was your teacup again? The teacup. Where is the teacup? Did I remove the teacup? I'll make the new teacup. This is the teacup, yeah. This is the teacup over here. I mean, it's pretty good teacup. I mean, this over here is a very, very nice teacup. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very nice teacup. See, push down and then goes towards upside up here. Nice breakout. You can see the breakout up here. Exceptional, right? Like came up, hit the resistance, bam, right back up there again, right? It broke the teacup. The teacup is legit. I'm gonna give you that. Damien, you did well. It's a nice teacup. Now, the teacup, when it comes to teacups, it's from the bottom towards the top, regardless of how you are. The question is, if the target is measured from the bottom over here, you can see from the bottom over here towards the top, over here like this. If the target is measured from the bottom of the pullback towards the top, then we hit the target, and this already played out. Now, on the other hand, if it's measured from the breakout towards the top up here, then we still got, you know, more room left to go for this to play out. So how you measure the teacup, a little bit unsure about that, but it looks like it might have played out because this move over here, you know, it is measured move from this over here. So these two moves are actually the same. I think everybody's heard about Dogecoin. I'm here now. What I miss? I will listen to next builders to catch up. Andrew, it's okay. It's okay. I just told people, you know, where the target is. At least the way I look at it. So, you know, there's that. But don't take me too seriously, guys. You know, I've been wrong on a lot of things. I said Bitcoin XRP is gonna go to 1.25 or something like that. It's at 2.7 now, 2.8, something like crazy like that. It's probably gonna, you know, next target I said it's gonna go to 5. Right now it looks like it's gonna go to 10 or 15. I have absolutely no idea. So when we get there, we'll know, you know. And from what we know right now, this looks very, very good for Bitcoin. This looks exceptionally good. We still don't have the altcoin season that everybody's waiting for, right? But if you look at Bitcoin dominance over here, it looks like it's failing, guys. Bitcoin dominance looks like it's failing big time because right now Bitcoin broke exceptionally important level. Let me show you that over here. So we're gonna add the chart, Bitcoin new price scale over here. And let's clean up everything over here. And let's do it like this over here and this one like this over here. So I'm gonna show you this over here. So every time Bitcoin breaks important levels, so you can see up here, it goes sideways up here, breaks, but on this first move, when breaks goes towards upside up here, it just kind of consolidated over here. It had a couple of pullbacks when altcoins pumped, and then nothing. I have this big move towards upside up here, but you know, the dominance still went towards upside over here. The same thing happened over here. Over here, not so much. Over here, we exploded and dominance crashed towards the downside. This is the first part where I said this shows dominance weakness. And you know, Bitcoin went up, dominance crashed down, but it did recover over here during this part, and when this dropped towards downside, Bitcoin just exploded more towards the upside over here. And right now I did this big part over here, but you know, every time it goes up, dominance drops, right? So over here we got three moves right now where when let me just again clean up everything. We got three moves where Bitcoin pumped and dominance dropped, right? You can see up here, first move, second move, and right now it's happening on the third move as well, right? So the way I see it right now is that this last part up here, because when Bitcoin goes and dominance drops, it shows very weak Bitcoin versus altcoins market. And right now it's showing that you know, it's trying to climb, but you know, these drops are showing very high weakness on Bitcoin dominance. So these three drops are showing very high weakness on dominance. And I believe once this actually is broken up here right now, that cannot move actually any, you know, even if Bitcoin goes towards the upside, this is gonna drop big time towards up, because it's just been kind of climbing slowly towards the upside. But this last part up here, once it actually breaks, I think we're gonna have a more significant drop than this over here. And you know, the alt season is gonna be in the room with us. Going up in price, but the emission is falling. I don't understand this. Domination fall. I don't understand. Yeah, so this is actually very good, because if Bitcoin goes up 2-3%, but altcoins goes up 10%, then dominance is gonna fall. It really doesn't matter if Bitcoin goes up or not. We want Bitcoin to go up because that creates a lot of euphoria, a lot of, you know, mainstream and retail comes back to the market. But we want at the same time dominance to go down, because that means the altcoins are pumping. Now, if you've been, you know, living under the rock, maybe you have not followed this, but you know, altcoins are pumping like crazy, guys. Altcoins are pumping like crazy. You can see up here, this is Cardano. Over here, I think everything is pumping like crazy. Okay, not charts like this over here maybe, but you know, everything is pumping right now, guys. See, this is on the daily chart for last 3-4 days. Everything has been pumping. These small pumps up here, and they are pumping more than Bitcoin, so that's why the dominance is going down. XLM is up 25%. I mean, this thing is going like XRP. XRP is up 11% up here. You can see up here, it's breaking this triangle towards the upside. It's just exploding. This is the reason why dominance is going down, because altcoins are pumping more than Bitcoin, which is actually very important. This is why Bitcoin not dropping Bitcoin dominance videos anymore. I don't know why he's not dropping the you know, his target was 60 something, I think, right? 61 or something like that, right? But you know, the target, you know, right now the dominance came all the way up to 66. After it actually broke 60 levels, I said it is very likely we might hit all the way up to 70 because of these levels over here. And you know, it still haven't dropped down. So are we gonna see some kind of, you know, big move over here towards the top up here before we go down? Because if you look at last time, just before we had a big altcoin season, this is altcoin season over here towards downside, just before we had actually this move towards downside, we exploded towards upside, right? Exploded towards upside and then went down like crazy, right? But I think that this move is a little bit different. I don't think it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna play out like last time. So my I don't think it's gonna, you know, go big move towards upside up here towards this 70% move over here, and then towards downside. I think, you know, right now, since we're already creating this kind of, you know, I don't know what's gonna call it. Is this is not falling wedge, this is a triangle, rising triangle over here. Since we're already creating this rising triangle up here, like it looks like it's gonna drop down over here very soon. And once this actually happened, like it's pretty much over. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, I said it's pretty much over for a lot of times, but you know, is this pretty much over? I don't know. Is this this thing has just been climbing for forever, literally forever, and it's not yet broken towards upside up here. Are we gonna have this break towards upside up before we go down? I don't know, but from looking at the chart, And from looking at from this very, very important pivot point over here, this already broke. Like if you look at it like this over here, this move already broke over here. This over here retest right now. Right now it's breaking down here, and it looks like it's already, you know, curving this side. You know, it's flipping over already. So it's only a matter of time before it actually starts, you know, breaking everything and dropping really, really fast towards downside. Damien with $5. Thanks, man. I appreciate the money. I do need the money because China was expensive. By the way, guys, if you ever go to Disneyland, it's the biggest scam on earth. I mean, I've seen a lot of scams in crypto scams, but Disneyland is the biggest scam of any park ever. The queues are so long, you know, for a you know, the carousel that goes around, you know, for kids. There's a 45-minute queue for a small carousel that, you know, you sit on for 3 minutes. That's it. I mean, if that's not insanity, I don't know. There was so many people in the Disneyland. It's insane. It's insane. You know, they got a couple of nice rides like, you know, Zootopia and Pirates of the Caribbean, but those are like 10-15 minutes rides, and people wait for like 1.5 to 2 hours for the rides. Now I had nice tickets, so I wait like 5-10 minutes, you know, so I cut the queue. But that said, like, it's insane. It's insane. Never again. And, you know, my wife's like, we gotta go to Disney World. No, I'm not doing scams again. I gave them enough money. Biggest scam in the world. Ethereum is doing well, guys. Ethereum is doing very well. Where is the chart of Ethereum? This one. I'm gonna remove a little bit of lines over here, right? Because these are just my lines. I know what lines means, but you know, maybe you don't know. Over here is bottom. This, we don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Do we need anything else over here? This is a nice channel up here. Nice channel. We don't need these stops over here. I mean, this blue box over here is actually just resistance level. Resistance level right now is between 3.10 and 4K up here towards top. So you might see some kind of top over here. But this resistance level is not so important. And the reason why it's not so important is because, and this channel up here is important, but you know, we don't need. The reason it's not important is because there is this line over here. It goes something like this. And this line creates a triangle with this line over here. So these two lines create this very, very nice triangle, and what we are looking for right now is for Ethereum to break the line. And you can see right now that the blue box, the resistance level, we don't even have to get, by the time you get to the resistance over here, you are already out of the triangle. And the theory up here is that the theory over here is that this triangle is gonna break up here and then, you know, do the double move, right? So this some kind of move up here, the doubling is up there, it's gonna break over here, it's go all the way up to 7-8K or something like that. At least the way it looks like right now. Because Ethereum is one of the very, very good coins. You can see up here in the bear market, it was just sloping towards the upside slowly. And this is also one of the signs that, you know, it is a good coin. The move down here, this is what we call a capitulation move. It went down, it capitulated right back inside the channel. You can see the spring over here on the downside. There is a spring over here, a resistance level broke that. Right now it's going to the top, break the top up here, break the resistance level, continue towards the upside, and once that actually happens, it's pretty much over. Now this move up here might take a little bit while up here towards the resistance, but we are still looking when we're gonna break the around 3.5 3.6 level on Ethereum, and once this actually happens, that's when you get big alt season. Alt season also, this depends very much on Ethereum. Now, I think you can actually follow Ethereum to tell you when the alt season is gonna hit, because when this triangle breaks towards upside up here, over here towards upside, once we are actually out of the triangle, that's pretty much alt season, because there is no stop, because you break the major level of resistance, you break this big triangle that's been lasting for 4 years, and once that's over, alt season, guys. Alt season is gonna come in the room with us. Maybe it's not here right now, but I'm telling you right now, the alt season is about to come in the room with us right now. A lot of people see a lot of, you know, altcoins right now popping here and there, but you know, that's just the start. And you know, most altcoins are popping down here at the bottom. So you know, if you look at altcoins right now, let's pick some random Polkadot, maybe Polkadot. You can see over here, I mean, they are on the bottom. They're on the very bottom. We need some kind of big pumps over here. This is not a pump. These are not pumps. There's nothing. Once this you know, thing starts popping up here above the resistance level, they're gonna go very, very fast, very, very hard. Now, when that happens, that's when you see an influx of a lot of retail and mainstream, because you know, price just explodes towards the upside. But most people are not here. Most people are not here. Retailing is not here. Mainstream is not here. Yes, Bitcoin is 120K, but they're just starting to notice. And you know how retail thinks. We talked about this before. They see something go up. Nah, it's pretty much over. And then it goes to 130. Nah, I'm not going to buy. It's pretty much over. It goes 140. They're like, hey man, what's happening with Bitcoin? Like, why it's not going down? Like, it can go to 200K. You say, nice. It's 150. Oh man, should I buy it? Like, you say it's gonna go 300. Man, that's like 2x. Easy to, yeah, I'm gonna buy. So it's gonna start buying at, 150, 160, hoping it's gonna go to 300, 500, whatever crazy number other people are telling them. And when that happens, they also buy altcoins and stuff like that, and then everything goes. But most people are not here for this part over here. That's why this live stream is very important, because you're down here. I'm not saying just about Polkadot. I'm saying everything across the board. You're down at the bottom right now. This is where we like to be, where it's boring, when it's down, when you're down at the bottom. That's where we like to be. We are not doing streams at the top. I mean, we will be doing streams at the top because you got to do that. But right now, we are down at the bottom, which is very, very nice. We like that. We like that. So when it comes to Ethereum over here, Ethereum is very, very nice. We're still following, I'm still following this triangle up here to break out. And, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Time to buy. Now, time to buy was to buy down here at 1,500 or something like that. But, it's been time to buy for a long time, right? Right now, the first moves are being made. You get consolidation. Don't chase the pump. Somebody said, should I? Yeah, that was Jule in the chat. He asked me if he should, sell his XRP and buy 1 inch, because 1 inch exploded towards upside. Let me show you a chart of 1 inch. 1 inch is up 35% towards upside, right? And this chart of 1 inch, right? This is chart of 1 inch, right? This is over here. So do not buy these kind of green candles. You're too late. It's up 35%. Maybe tomorrow is gonna be 35%, but don't chase the pump. Just know that a lot of coins are gonna do the same kind of thing. You wanna chase, the first move when it breaks the resistance. You wanna chase that. You wanna look at the charts and chase that. By the time it's up 20-30% and everybody looks at it, people are gonna start selling. So what you're gonna have, you're gonna have these kind of moves. Then you're gonna sell over here, and then it's gonna go do this move over here towards upside, right? Don't chase the pumps, guys. Do not chase the pumps. If something pumps, look at something else. What didn't pump? What's gonna pump next? What is getting ready? What is outside, what is doing nice, curves that's getting ready to pump? What's been on the bottom down here right now? It's consolidating down here because that has a lot more likelihood to pump than this thing over here. I mean, it can continue over here towards upside. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's, gambling. It's high risk, because when something up 35%, there will be sellers. And if there are sellers, it might dump towards downside a little bit. If it dumps towards downside, I'm gonna hodl. What if it never recovers? Maybe this thing is already that was the last pump. Who knows? Buying the pumps, chasing the green dildos is not very, very smart. What you want to do is find something, that didn't pump much. I mean, this is cake. I'm not saying that I believe in cake or anything like that. But cake over here at least has some kind of triangle that's happening over here at the bottom, right? You can see the triangle over here happening, right? It's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's you can see that down here at the bottom. How can it drop over here towards downside when everything is hugely bullish? Technically it can, right? Technically it can, but the more likely scenario over here is that it's gonna go do this move over here towards upside. I mean, that's the more likely scenario, right? So why should I chase the 35% pump when over here, this thing over here, that's a random coin I just clicked on right now, 1.85% up for the day, has 250% move, up here. I don't know if it's gonna do it, but up here towards top, like it has 100% move just to get out of the triangle and consolidation. Like it's 100% move. Why should I chase a 35% pump? Stable coin, CRV. Jagger is in the chat. Mario, how is CVX doing, by the way? This is a coin I haven't market cap. CVX Tether. You see down here, a lot of coins, guys. A lot of coins are down here at the bottom. You see the bottom. I mean, how can you say that everything is gonna die when you see charts like this? It's at the bottom. Everything is at the bottom. That's why this live stream is the most live stream you can actually have, right? Because somebody gotta tell you stuff is at the bottom. Bitcoin is bullish. It's going up. The dominance is at 65%. It's heating up. It's been pushing. We're still waiting to break up above the expanding musical instrument that I just showed you, right? Once you break that, once retail is here and mainstream here, stuff is not gonna be at the bottom. You gotta understand that, right? You gotta understand that when stuff is at the bottom and stuff is boring and nobody cares about anything and there is huge amount of fear, that's probably some kind of bottom. That's where you wanna be. That's when you wanna, be excited about stuff. You don't want to be excited when stuff pumps 100%. You then look for something else, right? Now, when it comes to XRP, that's a different ballgame because those guys are, different breed. XRP, a different breed up here. There was some kind of, regardless how you put, draw this channel up here, this thing broke like you know what. This thing broke like you know what over here. Let me just see it over here. Did it break the resistance level? This is on the weekly time frame. So major resistance level is up here at 3. And 2.9, so it's coming to this horizontal resistance level, but the channel is definitely broken towards the upside, which is actually very, very nice. But right now it's hitting this major resistance level. Also, don't chase the resistance level and hope it's just gonna go towards upside. It can push back, can consolidate, can take a little while. But major resistance level not yet broken. Let's see on the monthly time frame. Yeah, the same things apply over here for monthly time frame. Around $3 is major resistance level. So there is that. But a lot of stuff, guys, a lot of stuff looks very, very good right now. And I don't know who drew this line, but the DXY is right now dropping towards downside, big time towards downside hard. And this actually looks very, very bad. Now we could have a minor pullback up here before we actually continue towards downside. Regardless, I think this is gonna go more towards downside over here. Let's go look at a bigger time frame over here. Removes all the drawings. Let's go over here. It looks like it's at the bottom though. It looks like it's at the bottom though, but I have a very good feeling that it's gonna break down because over here is a parabolic move up. Then you had this expanding over here, expanding musical instrument up here actually broke down. You can see down here it actually broke. Can it push over here a little bit before it goes more down? I don't know, but I think this channel up here needs to go down. Now the reason this channel needs to go down because this is a rising channel. By default, rising channels need to fall down, and by default going down channel needs to break up, right? So when you see a rising channel up here that breaks towards upside, it's extremely bullish and you should be you're afraid of that because this just explodes towards upside. On the other hand, most likely scenario up here right now, the way we are analyzing this part over here, is that this is gonna push down, which is again good for us. Altcoin season, Bitcoin pumping, mainstream coming in, right? Near protocol, you mean just near? Yeah, this thing over here as well. I mean, so I don't know if you remember last time both near and everything pumped over here, and then there was this move up here where it failed to go higher, pump, dump down, broke the resistance level. The important part up here is this line over here. I'm going to show you up here because this over here is a trend, right? And this trend over here broke down here somewhere, right? So the trend broke, and right now we have a secondary trend over here. So the most important part when it comes to near is nothing over here, but it's actually over here. You can see these stops and this stop over here. This is the most important part, right? So once this actually goes towards upside up here, I think we're gonna see a bigger move towards downside because this trend over here broke. Right now we got this, it's because it's curving, right? So when it comes to the curves, you got a trend, you got a trend, you got a trend, you got a trend, and how you gonna do that? Sometimes you got a trend, and then you got a big move towards upside. But this trend is pretty much broken. So this trend towards downside is broken. Right now it's going a little bit down towards sideways. So if you invert the chart, maybe this is gonna feel a little bit more natural for you because this trend over here broke, and what's happening right now, it's doing this exhaustion part up here before it breaks down and dumps down. That's at least the case. Dent. What about Dent? I'm not gonna look too much about Dent. The same thing over here. We are still an inverted chart. You can see up here, the trend broke, pulled back. There was over here double top up here at the, over here at the top, right? Double top right here. We are looking this to break towards downside, but I don't think it's like something like this. I think it's more something like this over here. So it is curving towards downside. It might take a little bit while, but when it breaks over here, that's when you have a big move. But stuff is curving, and these double bottoms, I actually seen these double bottoms on a lot of altcoins right now. These bottoms being created. So this line up here is very, very important, but a lot of coins are doing these double bottoms right now. Double bottoms, which is very, very important. Total 3 is also broken towards upside. There is something that looks like a bull flag up here, but it broke up towards upside. So we do know the altcoins are doing very well. No way I'm late, this late. You're this late, but it's okay, you know, you can always watch again. You can always watch again, so there is no problem for that. Other stuff that, by the way, XRP pump big time, right? But XRP is coming to the resistance level, which is very important. You can see also on XRP, there is double bottom over here. There is double bottom right coming to resistance level. And I think I saw a lot of coins on this, on bottom up here, creating these double bottoms. So you can see up here, a lot of coins are creating these double bottoms, right? It's TMS. Let's see EMX. EMX also has this double bottom down here on the downside. Ilvium up here. I don't know if you can say this is double bottom, but it looks like double bottom is the game right now. You can see down here as well, it's creating this double bottom. So a lot of coins are creating these double bottoms right now towards downside. And you gotta know, you are still down here, guys. When it comes to altcoins, you're down here, you know. When it comes to Bitcoin, you're not down there. I'm sorry, down there was in 21, 22, whatever that was, right? But when it comes to altcoins, especially, you know, shit altcoins, you down there, you are where you wanna be. You're down at the blue boxes. There are so many blue boxes, guys. There are so many blue boxes. You can see also, let me just remove this. You see also up here, for example, Dogecoin also creating this double bottom up here. Once these double bottoms, you know, break out, you know, target is up here 3.94 of give or take. That's just the target for the pattern. The double bottom patterns have targeted a doubling pattern up here, around $4. Tasty blue boxes. They are all over the place. Trust me, guys, in this one. They are all over the place. Shiba, see down here. Shiba is also down at the box. Let's just draw blue boxes. Like, look down here. Okay, the blue box was down here. Maybe you could say the blue box is all the way up here, but you know, the blue box was technically down here. This is actually a retest of the blue box over here. Retest of the blue box is going towards upside, right? Beef also down here. That was the blue box from before. Let's see Pixel down here. Pixel's in the blue box. Pixel is the blue box over here. Axie Infinity, I don't know. I don't want to look at shit coins so you guys think that I'm you know, shilling some kind of coins, but you know, these are the boxes. These are the boxes. The blue boxes are all over the place. Very, very important. Blue boxes are all over the place. Bitcoin is doing very nicely. Retail mainstream is not here just yet. They are only here when we break, you know, 140, 150k or whatnot, when media starts talking about it. And it looks very good for the next move towards the upside. Now, you might think that, you know, we are late because Bitcoin is 120k. How high was actually Bitcoin over here at the top? 118k. You think that, you know, it's over? Nah. Every single time Bitcoin did this, it exploded like crazy. So let's analyze. Let's analyze. First move up here. That's the first move. And from the over here towards top up here, give or take, it was like 30% move, right? And then we had this move towards upside, and the resistance was up here at 71k, right? No. The next move was up here at the top, give or take over here, 25k. Next move was over here, and the pump from the breakout towards the top was 125k. And the next breakout was over here, and the pump was 50%. And the next pump over here, you know, right now it's only 7%, but you know, 25% is up to 130, 140k. So 120, 50, 25%, smaller and smaller pumps. I don't know what this is. Maybe you should be measuring. 25%, 120, 50, between 20, let's say between 25, 50%, just to have it, you know, like last time. Here 50% give or take. 130, 170. That's the blue box up here at the top, right? On the breakout. And right now we are doing a breakout because this was major resistance level, guys. I don't know if you understand. This was major resistance level. Breaking this major resistance level with this much force, with this much bullishness, it's very, very good. It's very, very good. You can see up here. You can see how we came to the resistance level. You can see how we went down, consolidated, up here, bam, exploded. I believe we talked about Cardano, so I will rewind. I don't know if I mentioned Cardano. Yeah, I didn't mention much Cardano. You know, I'm just always looking at the same chart for you know, for a long. But last part I was looking at Cardano off stream, of course, was this channel up here that actually broke. There was consolidation down here at the bottom, and right now we are coming to the resistance level. There's some kind of line up here. I don't know if this channel is actually good or not, but let's go to big time frames. Big time frames always like this over here is abnormal. This should not happen. Something happened up here and exploded. We should not happen. So don't look at this one over here. You should look at this over here. Maybe this one's better. Give or take. Something like this. Nah, should go lower. It should go lower. Maybe something like this. Because of these three over here. Yeah, this is very, very nice. And then you got bottom right now. So we are looking for Cardano to break up here towards the upside. Cardano is also one of these very good coins that just don't. CIP. I don't want to look at save. Maybe that thing, man. Indian passport. I don't, bro. Long time no see. Aura and S&P. We are not looking at S&P. I don't know. S&P 500 or something like 6,900. I don't know. But Aura, I don't know what Aura is. So I'm just going to quickly look at Aura. Whatever this is. Aura Sol. USD, Aura Network, Crypto, Aura USD. There seems to be a lot of bullishness, but this thing has been bleeding towards downside, right? So you gotta also be careful when it comes to these coins that, you know, keep bleeding towards downside, because they're actually technically they are bad coins, right? But we know that during alt season and stuff like that, you know, they break up here and they go very, very fast towards the upside, and pretty much over after that, right? But I'm a little bit unsure whether this is broken up towards the upside or not, but it looks like over here that it is kind of, if you look at this last part, this on the weekly time frame, you'll see that this last part is actually curving towards the upside over here, which wasn't actually the case on a lot of these parts over here, right? So it's still going down, this thing going down. This part over here, it looks like, you know, it looks like it's getting ready up here to break towards the upside. I think these are big moves because this is 0.0 something. So this is like, yeah, so 100% move towards the upside. This is also why you should not chase the pump, right? You get 100% move up, right back down again. Then over here, nothing happened. There was a big move up here. How much was this move up here? 50% move right back down again. Then there was this move up here, 180%, right back down to, you know, 68%, but there was always pullback. So you can see all of this is on the weekly. Every single week, this has pulled back big time, right? Big move, pullback, big move, pullback, big move, pullback, but this actually shows a lot of bullishness. There was big move, pullback, whatever this happened, right? But there was, you know, so there is when it comes to these coins that are lesser known coins, that have this bad chart, you know, they can pump a lot, but do not chase pumps, because this happens when you chase pump. It goes up, you pull back. It goes up, it pulls back. It goes up, it pulls back. It will go towards up eventually, right? But, you know, buying 100% pump is never a smart idea. Turkey sandwich for lunch is why I'm late. Leroy, it's okay. Claudio, damn, miss you, bro. Wherever we need you. It was just consolidating, nothing. Needed what? Every single time you need me, I was there, man. Every single time you need me, right? Over here at the top, double top, nah, it's gonna go up. It went down, it's probably bottom over here is max, you know, max capitulation. It went up here. It got boring, you know, I'm out. Like over here, down here, it's good time to buy. Like, look at my videos. Like, yeah, I don't make, you know, videos every week or anything like that. But, you know, when something important happens, there is a video or two explaining to you, you know, just relax. Just relax. Aura in Solana, not Aura Network. Bro, have a look at Crypto research report. I don't know what that is. Can quickly look at the dominance. Now we looked at dominance. Gold going up 335. How's gold doing? Are good old gold? Wow, I mean, you know, I thought gold was actually done over here, but and now here, remember that we talked about that cup and handle patterns have this target up here, but you know, is target from over here or from over here? That's the question, right? So we can actually check that right now. So at least for this one over here, so say bottom top up here, like this actually broke over here, right? So that, and there doesn't seem to be anything important over here, but if you take it from the bottom down here, this actually looks more like, you know, breakout went up here and just broke that. So there was both move up to the resistance level and pull back up here on before it actually continue towards the upside. So it looks like, you know, when it comes to cup and handle patterns, when it comes to cup and the target, or this target up here, is not from the breakout, it's actually from the bottom up here. At least the way it looks like on the chart right now. Regardless, this looks like a parabolic move towards upside up here. So, you know, it might be going higher. But, you know, everybody wants gold, everyone wants Bitcoin because they know what's coming in 2026. If you remember, you know, a couple of years back, one of the targets was 2026 for a big market crash. And it looks like it's going to be 2026, 27, give or take. So, you know, be careful about that. Especially when you look at stuff like ESP 500 that's doing this big V-shaped recovery up here, towards upside up here right now. And it's going almost parabolic towards upside. So it's just getting more violent and more violent up here, right? So 2026 up here somewhere. So hopefully you got money in 26, 27. Thoughts on pump fun extraction. No thoughts on pump fun. I'm not doing pump fun. I'm not chilling pump fun. I'm not interested in pump fun. Think like this. You know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, give or take, between 5 and 7 years ago, give or take, there was Discord channels that were doing the same thing. They make a coin, they spread the world, it pumps. Now, if you are, you know, in these Discord channels, you can make a lot of money if you knew the guys, if you got in early, and then other people got sucked in. Now, instead of doing it through the Discord channels, right now they're doing it through the pump fun. And it's the same thing. It's pump. It's not pump fun. It's pump and dump. You know, a little bit, you know, remaster as something else. The D coin. There is no D coin, man. It's dominance. No, look at it. There is actually D coin. I didn't know that. What is this, man? D USDT. Do we have a DAR network? I don't know what this is. DUSDT. Oh. DUSDT. It just pumped a lot, so I understand why you're asking me. 56% pullback. It got, you know, I cannot see the rest of the chart because I don't know what the rest of the chart is, but this looks like it has some kind of double bottom up here that's trying to break. How long have we been doing this? 1 hour. That's the most important part, guys. That's the most important part. Bitcoin, it's going up. Where is Bitcoin over here? See, the bull flag is playing out right now. Bull flag target is up here at the top. Most likely, you know, top when we break out, see upside towards upside, ending up here, might do a wick towards upside before it goes down. I'm a little bit unsure whether it can do that or not, but you know, my target is around, you know, when we break up here, consolidation, distribution phase, and down again. The same thing goes for dominance up here. I think dominance, because these moves over here, these big flash moves towards downside, they tend to tell us that, you know, there is weakness in the price, or the dominance in this case. And right now we are looking there for this to curve and fall down. So this is also very, very good. When it comes to altcoins, alt season is outside of the triangle. We got a big triangle up here. We are waiting for triangle to break up and go towards the upside. We are not quite there yet, but we did go through the capitulation move, which is very, very nice. We came inside the triangle over here. You can see down here. There was also a spring downside. Breaking the resistance level. Right now, the next move is up here to the top of the channel, around 3.6, 3.7. Then towards the upside. Ethereum, Bitcoin dominance. I think maybe, I mean, remember, we've been talking about, you know, Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart for a long time, and I've been wrong so many times. But at one point, you know, has to do this move towards the upside. And I think it's already going to happen, guys. It's already going to happen. Because over here, I had 3 boxes of support levels, right? So these 3 blue boxes over here, they're support levels. I mean, there technically should be another one down here. So maybe we're going to do this move over here before we get that. But you can see here on the very bottom of the down here, it exploded up here, right back outside the box. try to go inside, right back out, climbing up. I think it's gonna go up. I think Ethereum is gonna outperform Bitcoin. I think everything is outperform Bitcoin because Bitcoin is 120k, guys, and doesn't have much more room towards upside. 20, 30%, 40%. Can altcoins outperform 40%? You know they can. Every single altcoin is gonna outperform 40% Bitcoin. Every single altcoin, regardless. DXY, like we said over here, this channel needs to drop down. Now, this is a very long, actually technically this is a very long channel. This channel goes back to 2008, so this is like a 20-year channel, but right now I think the channel is gonna break down. Right, this channel is gonna break down, so I think dollar is gonna go, you know, kabang. It's pretty much over. Dollar has been climbing towards upside since 2008. 2002 it crashed down big time. This is dollar crashing, and after that dollar had a very nice move over here, and I think it's gonna happen again. Right now, you know, it started crashing up here. Once it breaks down here, it crashes. Once it crashes up here, it can recover again. But dollar is, if you look at a chart over here from, you know, 88 and stuff like that, it looks like a bad chart, guys. It looks like a bad chart because bottom of the dollar is actually bleeding. Right up here right now, bleeding. So there is also this line up here, but that, you know, it's bad chart. Expect big market crash, world market crash when it comes to dollar and everything else. 26, 27. Nvidia, $4 trillion market cap. Yeah, Nvidia, not this Nvidia. This Nvidia. Look at that, man. Look at that volatility up here at the top. It's still going towards upside. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't know. Maybe it can break this. Maybe it's something like this. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. I like that. We're gonna see this very steep channel. If it breaks this towards upside, I mean it's gonna go to 10 trillion or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, man. It can go very high. Remember what I told you. Most important live stream you could watch. Do not get tricked by the FUD. Do not buy green candles. That's up 30-40%. Because you can get wrecked really easily. Because it's very easy to see, look for what has pumped. Okay, this is up 30%, it's going now, I'm gonna get into that, I'm gonna trade that. It can work, but just remember that the dumps on these kind of things are also massive. Because once stuff goes like 20, 30, 40, 50, 100% towards upside, the volatility is no longer like it was down at the bottom. The volatility is huge, so it goes up fast, like 1, 2, 3, 4% in minutes. Try doing 10x leverage, just 10x, not even 20, 50 like some crazy people do. Just 10x leverage. And see how fast you lose all your money when it turns against you. If you don't buy at the exact moment. That's why we like boring, because when it's boring it goes up like, you know, 0.5%, 0.1, 2%, something like that. Like it's very slow, it takes long time. You can build position, you can you can chill, you can relax, you can do analysis when you're not drunk. You know, so there is that. Don't buy those things. Everything, a lot, not everything, but a lot of coins are down at the bottom. If they're not down at the bottom over here, they're at the bottom of this move over here. So, you know, you always have some kind of bottom, right? Some kind of bottom, right? But you are down at the bottom. You are in the blue boxes. Depending on what kind of blue boxes it is, right? Some coins are, you know, having blue boxes all the way down at the bottom where they are. Other coins have pumped and right now pulled back and they are in some kind of new blue box. But, you know, regardless, there are blue boxes all over the place, guys. There are new blue boxes all over the place. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., maybe 9 a.m., I don't know. Bitcoin Daily, we're going to check it out. We're going to try to follow a little bit closely because, again, 3 to 6 months, 3 to 5, yes. 3 to 6 months left, guys. 3 to 6 months left for a 4-year cycle to play out. And you just saw what's gonna happen with DXY if DXY goes down, right? If DXY goes down, I mean, it could be very good for Bitcoin. Not saying anything, right? This first move down could be very good for Bitcoin. But after that, I don't know. We're gonna see. Thank you for the live stream. Great to hear from you. Andrew, you too. I'll have a massive dump after the stream. It's nice. Also, again, I don't know if you know, but you can actually get, let me show you this. Look here, guys. Top fans. If you're the first guy to say hello, like this Bubbly Fat, he said boom. He's number one. This is something new from YouTube. I didn't know this, right? If you're the first guy in the chat, hey man, what happened? Where's my chat? If you're the first guy, you get 425 XP. You can get XP by how fast you are in the chat, guys. No, Bubbly Fat. No, you get 75 XP. You get 75 XP for being number one. But top fans, because Damian donated $5. 425 XP. I don't know how this works. This is the first time I see it. I think this is a new function from YouTube, because YouTube wants, people to be more excited about, commenting and joining stuff. But, I thought I should mention it just in case you guys want to be first. I don't care. I just saw it now. Guys, thank you for stopping by. Remember, most important live stream of your life. Regardless of what other people say, regardless of how much they say, no alt season is gonna come. Bitcoin double top, it's pretty much over. No amount of FUD, stuff is gonna happen. Don't read the news, read the chart. Remember, simplicity is beautiful because complexity is hidden. Thank you for the stream. Take care. Yeah, you too, man. Okay, guys, take care. Bye-bye.